Now, as you can tell, I actually dressed the part for this experiment, and that's why I wore my salmon-colored shirt. So let's talk about this experiment and what it actually does. First things first, what's the science behind it? Well, let me first describe what's going to happen. With a high-quality fish oil, when we pour the fish oil into the cup filled with water, it will cut through the foam cup. Let me explain the logic behind this. Well, like dissolves like. The foam cup is made up of something called polystyrene. It's nonpolar. Fish oil also happens to be nonpolar. So immediately when the fish oil hits the water, it's going to immediately, or should, bond to the sides of the cup, and because like dissolves like, it will automatically cut through the cup, and we're going to see the bottom drop off and splatter when it hits the bottom of the glass. So that's basically the experiment. Now, why would a fish oil do that, and why would a fish oil not do that? Well, there's two types of fish oils on the market. There's the natural triglyceride form, and then there's the ethyl ester form. You may think the natural form is the better form, but ironically in this case, it's not. The natural triglyceride form goes through less purification steps, so many times there's higher odds of there being contaminants such as mercury or other types of things in there that should not be in your fish oil. Many companies sometimes dilute their fish oil with water just to fill up the capsule, but it helps them save money. Obviously, you don't want that. Why would we want to take some type of capsule filled with water? I want fish oil. So anyways, those are the two types of fish oils on the market. So this test is to purely determine, is your fish oil the natural triglyceride, low-quality version, or the high-quality ethyl ester form, which goes through more purification steps. All right, so let's talk about some of the materials that you may need. You obviously need your foam cups made up of polystyrene. Now, you don't want to get the cups that are too thick or too strong, because it'll just take longer for the experiment to conduct. So we actually use these. It's basically the brand called Dart, and you can get this at the 99-cent store or even the Dollar Tree. Okay? So this is $1, and we got 45 cups. A great way to tell whether it's thin enough is if you actually hold the cup up to some type of light, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to see through the cup. If it's hard to see through the cup, that means it's probably a little too thick, and you might want to get something a little cheaper just for the sake of speed of the experiment. Okay, so you need your cups. You can also use plastic cups to suspend the foam cups in. Here we use glass, basically glasses. You need your fish oil. Of course, we got Ariix's fish oil. We got Nature-Made. And then we got America's favorite fish oil, Kirkland Signature Costco. And of course, we have here, this is hot water. I like it steamy. So this is steaming water in this case. I have a paper towel to basically rub my fingers of the previous fish oil so I don't contaminate the next one. And lastly, we got safety pins. What's the purpose behind safety pins? The main reason we have this is to puncture and gut the fish oil so we can squeeze it into the foam cups. All right, so let's conduct this experiment. If you're ready, say I'm ready. Actually, you can't. You're on the other side of the screen. All right, so here's what we're going to go ahead and do. I'm going to start off by first pouring some of this steaming water into these different cups. It's best to try and make the cups balanced. It's not easy, okay, because we're humans. But let me go ahead and start off all the way over here. Now, this is what's important, ladies and gentlemen. You want to make sure that the water, that the top lining of the water does not surpass the rim of the glass. The reason why is because if the water lining, if it surpasses the rim of the glass, then even if it cuts, it's not going to drop off. It's going to stay suspended in the glass, and you're not going to get that dramatic effect. Now, before we conduct this, you might be thinking, hey, wait a second. If the fish oil cuts through the foam cup, is it going to cut through my internals when I take it? Well, of course not. I'm not dead. You're not dead. We're going to be okay, ladies and gentlemen. Our internals are not made up of polystyrene, or foam for that matter. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's first start off with Kirkland Signature, right? This thing lasts about 50 to 60 years. You can tell it's the size of my head here. You might need a dolly to carry it out of the store. But anyways, we got a Kirkland Signature fish oil here. And I'm going to go ahead and puncture this with my safety pin. All right, 2 fingers, just like this. Done. Very simple. Ladies and gentlemen, if I can do it with 2 fingers, you can do it with 2 hands. All right, let's go ahead and squeeze this into the cup. And what we're going to do is drop the capsule inside the cup, because there's nothing really much more to do it, and it just makes it much more potent. All right, cleaning my fingers. Okay, that way I don't contaminate Nature Made. Nature Made, all right. This one's interesting. You can tell it was hard for me to grab it. And the reason why is because it's made up of this weird type of material. It's like an encasement or a shell of some sort, where when you squeeze it, it starts cracking. It reminds me of the heel of your foot. How do you like the heel of your foot going into your body? Ladies and gentlemen, this needs lotion. So I don't understand why it's made up like this, but we're going to test it anyway. Okay, 2 fingers. Might need my whole hand for this one, actually. This one is no joke. There we go. Okay, punctured. Let's go ahead and squeeze it into the water. Now what's interesting is if you're able to look over each water, now isn't it true oil does not mix with water, but for some reason this oil is not bonding to the sides of the cup, and for some of them it's just floating or it looks like it's mixing with the water. All right, now we got Ariix's Omega Q. If you notice, we use a white capsule. And the reason why is because it's a hybrid of CoQ10 and fish oil. So it might alarm some people because of the hybrid. The color might be a little bit weird. So they just make it white. That way it doesn't alarm somebody. And you know, of course, Ariix is committed to quality. They're not going to use something to color it that's not healthy to be in our bodies. Okay, so let me go ahead and use our 3rd safety pin. Oh, cleaning my fingers here. Okay. So let's go ahead and, of course, puncture it. 2 fingers. With ease. Just like that. All right. Squeeze it into this cup. Now let's see how quickly this happens. It shouldn't take too much time. We can tell with Kirkland and Nature Made, nothing has happened yet. With Ariix, I'm already seeing a halo. Any second now it's going to drop. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Beautiful. Faster, it was like 30 seconds or less. I don't know, you can probably time it better than I can because you're on the computer. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is Ariix's Omega Q. Top-notch quality fish oil. Obviously, it got the job done. It's an ethyl ester form, top quality, no contaminants, no mercury content. This is the best stuff you can be taking for your body. So conduct this experiment at home. Do it in front of your friends and family. Best to do it after the door is opened with maybe an apple test. And aside from that, now we know whether you're taking a true fish oil or a snake oil. So with that said, thank you for being here at Shine Labs. Have fun with the experiment. And make sure that you go out there and you take your fish oil every single day so we can maintain strong, healthy bodies. Thank you.